kind of again easy question, I would say. Okay, but this could be solved with the help of a para jumbles. Okay, so again you need to see his idea. Okay, so who is this his? Okay, so his is actually, it can be Aristotle. Okay, and then there was a guy Pedro Ponce de Leon. Okay, created. Now there is this prejudice. Okay, so there has to be some kind of a prejudice. Okay, so the correct sequence for this is actually the fifth. Okay, you can see for millennia, people with hearing impairments encountered marginalization because it was believed that language could only be learned by hearing the spoken word. Okay, so this is kind of a thing. Now people who were born deaf were denied the right to a sign a well. Okay, as they were presumed to understand nothing, because it is not possible that they have been able to learn to read or write. Okay, so 5 and 3 are actually linked to each other. Okay, so 5 actually introduces the idea of marginalization that that the deaf face, and 3 actually gives an example. Okay, so 5 and 3 can be connected, or can be framed as a pair. Okay, now push back against this prejudice, okay, begin in the 16th century. Okay, now which prejudice? The prejudice that you can learn only by hearing the spoken word. Okay, begin in the 16th century when Pedro Ponce de Leon created a formal sign language for the hearing impaired. Okay, so now you can see that the 5-3-4 makes a sense. Okay, now his idea to use sign language, whose idea was the sign language? It was actually Pedro Ponce de Leon. Okay, so 5-3-4-1 makes a pair. Okay, to use sign language was not a completely new idea, as Native Americans used hand gestures to communicate with other tribes. Okay, now let's see why 2 is an odd one out. What is it stating? It is stating that ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle, for example, observed that men who are deaf are incapable of speech. Okay, so no doubt that 2, though closely related to the passage, okay, it is not directly connected to the any of the given idea. Okay, so what the passage is basically talking is about the prejudices that the deaf people face. Okay, and attempt to reduce this prejudices by creation of the sign language. Okay, so but again this is not talking about any kind of the prejudices. Okay, it is just stating that he just observed that men who are deaf are incapable of speech. Okay, so that is again a kind of a general observation. Okay, which is not linked to the passage, so that is the reason that the 2 is in order. Okay, so by this